How arrogant was Hanli, a mid-nascent soul cultivator. The moment the Great Evolution Divine Lord's late nascent soul puppet was completed, he swaggered off to cause trouble. It felt incredibly satisfying. Hanli spent about half a month refining the puppet's components, even melting in the silver chains used to lock the corpse demon with the demonic marrow drill, and incorporating the chilling soft jade he found at the bottom of the boundless sea demon artifact, making it a combined offensive and defensive weapon for this late nascent soul puppet. This puppet-making process lasted over a year, and finally, under the guidance of the Great Evolution Divine Lord, Hanli completed all the components of the late nascent soul puppet. The final step was for the Great Evolution Divine Lord to fuse with his own essence, completing the final activation of the ape-shaped puppet. After the Great Evolution Divine Lord split his soul, the divided soul was sent into the puppet's mouth. Hanli immediately used the purple extreme fire to freeze the puppet, promoting the fusion of the divided soul and the puppet, and used the soul-sealing talisman to help the Great Evolution Divine Lord stabilize his remnant soul. After completing all this, Hanli officially began refining the late-stage nascent soul puppet. 3 months later, he took the puppet to Bitter Bamboo Island, intending to test its true power with the help of the Bitter Bamboo Elder. This Bitter Bamboo Elder was renowned among overseas cultivators. Although only at the mid-stage nascent soul level, he possessed the strength to suppress some late-stage nascent soul cultivators, thanks to his 365 frost bamboo flying swords and a heavenly mulberry divine tree on Bitter Bamboo Island. Hanli arrived above Bitter Bamboo Island and used his clear and bright spiritual eyes to probe the restrictions, but failed to see through the myriad wood array on the island. After making preparations, Hanli summoned the late-stage nascent soul puppet. If not explicitly stated that it was a puppet, it appeared indistinguishable from an ordinary cultivator, almost like a real person. This was thanks to the Crimson Soul's soft jade's ability to freely transform, coupled with a wisp of divine consciousness integrated into the puppet when controlled. It could even speak and display expressions indistinguishable from a real person. The only drawback was that unleashing the puppet's full power required consuming extremely rare high-grade spirit stones, each lasting only a quarter of an hour. However, Hanli couldn't afford to be stingy at this moment. He wanted the Great Evolution Divine Lord to witness the puppet's true strength before his death. With Hanli's command, the puppet charged straight into Bitter Bamboo Island to break the formation. Before long, the commotion alerted the cultivators on the island. They were about to confront him, but upon discovering that Hanli was at the mid-nascent soul stage and couldn't discern the puppet's cultivation level, their hearts skipped a beat, and their attitude immediately became respectful. Hanli didn't waste any words and directly stated his purpose. His visit to Bitter Bamboo Island wasn't just to test the power of a late nascent soul puppet, but also to collect one of the materials needed to refine the 3 flames fan 3 phoenix feathers from the tail of the Black Phoenix. Hanli originally planned to exchange 1 level 7 demon core and 3 level 6 demon cores, but after the disciples of the Bitter Bamboo sect reported this, the Bitter Bamboo Elder refused Hanli's request, citing that the Black Phoenix is in a critical period of advancement. In fact, Hanli was waiting for the Bitter Bamboo Elder to refuse. However, the Bitter Bamboo Elder changed his tune, proposing a sparring match with Hanli and his companion. If they won, he would agree to the request. If not, he asked Hanli not to mention the phoenix feather again. Seeing that the other party had taken the initiative to propose a match, which was exactly what Hanli wanted, he immediately manipulated his puppet to accept the duel. Here, Hanli named the puppet Li Feiyu. It has to be said, he was subtly securing work for his good brother. Seeing that the other party had agreed, the Bitter Bamboo Elder led Hanli and his companion to the sparring grounds outside the island. At this time, the Bitter Bamboo Elder was still very confident, believing that with the blessing of the Bitter Bamboo Island's grand formation, they could even fight against a late-stage nascent soul cultivator. After the Bitter Bamboo Elder stood still, flying swords instantly circled above his head, forming a sword array. This scene excited the Great Evolution Divine Lord. The stronger the Bitter Bamboo Elder was, the better he could test the puppet's true supernatural powers. The puppet's power greatly satisfied the Great Evolution Divine Lord. He had studied puppetry for tens of thousands of years, and now he could finally rest in peace. The Great Evolution Divine Lord instructed Hanli to adopt a defensive stance first, testing the puppet's defensive capabilities. With a thought from Hanli, the puppet spat out a giant silver shield from its mouth, protecting itself. Seeing this, the bitter bamboo elder immediately activated the sword array, unleashing hundreds of sword energies, each over 10 feet long, attacking the puppet with tremendous force. Surprisingly, the puppet remained completely still, its Yuan Gang shield alone blocking all the sword light. The bitter bamboo elder then cast several more spells, and a giant sword wheel appeared, spitting out a green beam of light that struck the Yuan Gang shield, shattering the shield. The attack was still blocked by the shield itself. Having confirmed the puppet's defensive strength, the Great Evolution Divine Lord instructed Hanli to test its offensive capabilities. Hanli once again activated his divine sense, and the puppet rubbed its hands together, producing the Thunderfire Bow. It knocked a small arrow crafted from Xian Bone Golden Thunder Bamboo and slowly drew the bow. A soaring spiritual pressure erupted without reservation, spreading outwards like a giant wave. Unexpectedly, before the Golden Thunder Bamboo arrow could even be released, the bitter bamboo elder surrendered. He had genuinely sensed a brush with death. The Great Evolution Divine Lord also stated that if the arrow had been fired at full power, there was about a 40% chance of killing the bitter bamboo elder in one strike. However, seeing the elder surrender, Hanli did not attack again. He was mainly concerned that if the arrow failed, the bitter bamboo elder might activate the island's restrictions, which would not only backfire but also prevent him from obtaining the black phoenix feather. The bitter bamboo elder's surrender preserved the dignity of both sides. The Great Evolution Divine Lord was satisfied to see that his puppet could easily suppress a mid-nascent soul cultivator. After Hanli obtained the Black Phoenix Feather, the Great Evolution Divine Lord no longer insisted on remaining in the mortal realm, and his soul dispersed into reincarnation. This late-stage nascent soul puppet became one of Hanli's strongest trump cards. Later, in the Kumu Mountain dungeon, the late-stage nascent soul puppet played a crucial role in killing the old demon Qian. It also repeatedly contributed to the battles against powerful figures such as Hanli Shangren, Sect Master Fong, and the Six Paths Extreme Saint. It must be said that this puppet's achievements were extremely impressive. Finally, before Hanli secretly crossed into the spirit realm, he entrusted the late-stage nascent soul puppet to Nan Gongwan.